They say animals see what humans cannot. In one small village, a dog noticed a smell from its mistress that no one else could. It stayed by her side through pregnancy, through sorrow, and even beyond death. What did the dog know? And how far can loyalty truly go? This is a tale you will never forget. In the village of Omu, where the sun rises over red earth and children's laughter echoes across the fields, there was one compound that remained quiet. Inside lived a young couple, kind and gentle, yet without a child of their own. Their only joy was a loyal dog, brown coated, sharp eyed, and deeply attached to them. The villagers often said, "That dog is more than a pet, it is their first child." One morning, the woman felt strange. She became weak, and her body carried a scent no one else could sense except the dog. The animal sniffed her worriedly, whined, and circled her mat. Soon, the healer confirmed she was with child. The compound erupted in joy. Neighbors brought yams, palm oil, and firewood. Drummers beat their talking drums. A child is coming, a child is coming. But the dog's eyes remained troubled. It knew something the humans could not. The months passed, and her belly grew. Yet the strange smell lingered, clinging to her like a shadow. At night, the dog sat by her side, its ears twitching as though listening to spirits. Her husband, excited about the baby, often said, "Our home will no longer be silent." But the dog remained restless. At last, the cry of a newborn split the air. The woman gave birth to a baby girl, bright eyed and beautiful. Women of the village ululated, and men poured palm wine in celebration. The husband carried his child high and declared, "Her name shall be Ades, for she is the crown of our home." But even in that moment of joy, the dog pressed close to the mother, nose twitching. The smell had not left. As weeks turned to months, the mother's strength began to fade. She laughed. She sang lullabies, yet her steps grew weak. One fateful morning, she collapsed while sweeping the compound. The husband rushed her to the healer. After examining her, the old man shook his head. "This is beyond herbs and chants. The sickness has eaten deep. Her days are few." The dog whined, lying at her feet, as if it already understood. From that day, the dog became her shadow. By day, it followed her slowly. By night, it lay awake, staring into the darkness while others slept. Neighbors whispered, "That dog is no ordinary animal. It carries a spirit of loyalty." One night, the woman called the dog close. With a weak smile, she whispered, "My faithful friend, when I leave, protect my child. Stay with my husband. Do not abandon them." The dog whimpered, licking her hand, as though sealing an oath. On a cold morning, a spirit left. The husband wept, the villagers mourned, and the baby cried for milk she would never taste again. The dog howled, a deep, sorrowful cry that echoed through the village. It refused to leave her mat, watching as they carried her body away. When they returned, the dog crawled under the bed, pulled out a piece of her wrapper, and pressed it to its nose. Time passed, the baby grew, and the husband tried to rebuild his life, but grief lingered in his eyes. At every birthday of the child, the dog was there, wagging its tail, licking her small hands, circling her when she played. It became more than a guardian, it became a mother spirit in animal form. When the little girl fell sick, the dog lay by her mat, refusing food until she recovered. When she laughed, the dog barked in joy. When she cried, the dog whined in sorrow. The villagers began to say, "The woman's spirit lives through this dog." 9 years passed. The child was tall and graceful, her father proud, though his eyes still carried memories of his lost wife. By now, the dog was weak. Its fur had thinned, its legs trembled, but it still followed the child everywhere. On the night of her ninth birthday, after the celebrations had ended, the dog lay quietly under the moonlight. With its last breath, it looked at the girl, wagged its tail faintly, and closed its eyes forever. The next morning, the villagers gathered. They wept for the dog as though it were human. The father said, "This dog kept its promise. It loved beyond death itself." From that day, the story of the faithful dog was told in Omu village, passed from elders to children by moonlight fires. Take home lessons. 1. Loyalty knows no boundary. A true friend may wear the face of a man or the fur of a beast, but the heart that loves never betrays. 2. Cherish those who stand with you in sorrow. Riches and beauty fade, but companionship in pain is priceless. 3. Love can live beyond death. The woman's spirit seemed to live through the dog's devotion, reminding us that bonds do not break with the grave. 4. A promise kept is a legacy. The dog's faithfulness became a story that outlived it, teaching generations that loyalty itself is immortal. Here comes the very end of this story. Thank you as you click on the like button, share and subscribe to this channel to get notified of more heartwarming stories.